finally, after a few days, I've got my replacement fairy lights and now I can film even more videos for you guys, and I'm gonna start with Pan That Face palette. So if you're new to this project Pan, this is a Pan That palette, which means I try and finish this whole palette by the end of the year, and I've actually been working on two palettes. So one is the Zoeva Spice of Life palette and one is the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. They're both duos. I'm working on two blushes, one highlight, and we've already finished a bronzer in these two guys. And to be honest, I think I have got amazing progress this month. I'm so unbelievably excited to show you the progress that we have made. I've hit one new pan, kind of new pan, you'll see in a little bit. But just before we do jump into this video, if you have not already, like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. I upload every single day here on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup, project panning, get ready with me's, and I am dabbling in reviews as well. So if that sounds like a good time to you, join our little family here. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we have just hit 4.6k, so I think I'm gonna smash that. But like, that in itself is absolutely crazy to me. Thank you all so much for your support, and now let's do this. I am so unbelievably excited. Normally with Pan That palettes, I get a little bit bored. This is the kind of time of the year where I'm starting to think like, I don't want to do this anymore. But these two I've been really, really loving. And I think that's the difference between Pan That Face palette and Pan That palette. I am also panning the Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette. I've been panning that for 2 years. Big mistake, let me tell you that for free. And I'm like getting a little bit worn out with that one. But cheek products, I don't really have that same burnout with, and I've absolutely been loving these two over the past few months. I'm still not bored of them. I still absolutely love them. Is there a little bit of me that was like, I am neglecting my wider blush collection? Yeah, always. But other than that, I'm still really loving these. So I'm going to start with Spice of Life. So this palette has gone through major changes this year, and I'm so unbelievably happy about that. So this is what the palette looked like last month. You can see we had finished the bronzer, and this was such an amazing achievement. It was the first empty in this project pan, and it really didn't take me that long at all. And I did have a blush remaining. The pan in this blush was not organic. I did accidentally gouge my fingernail into it, so I'm not counting that as organic pan. But this is what it looks like today. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see there is a little tiny bit of a dip forming in this blush, and I actually can't wait to hit pan on this. I'm really, really going to work hard to hit pan on this in the next few weeks because I think that is going to be like my next big goal. This is what it looks like. I'm so happy with this palette. I think this palette is looking great, especially with this big old empty pan here. I'm very, very happy. And this blush, I've actually been able to get a fair few uses on over the past month because we have had some nice weather. Finally, I've been saying for so long that this blush has been neglected because the days in England are just like rainy and cloudy and miserable and cold. And I don't really want to be wearing like a bright red toned blush when the weather is so miserable, but we've had a good few days. So I have been able to use this a few times this month, which is amazing. I'm so glad about that. So I've used this 4 times this month for a total of 19 uses in the project. So really not much use since the start of the year. It's really not been used at all. And that is because the blush in this palette has been my focus palette recently. But I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, I can start seeing some rings in this. And I really don't think we're that far away from pan, especially judging by this little gouge here. I don't think we're that far away at all. So I'm really going to put a heavy focus goal on this blush in the coming month. I want to hit pan on it, question mark, maybe. That might be a little bit optimistic, but I think I can do it. I think I can make some really good progress on this. As I said, the blush in this palette, which we will go over in a minute, has been the star of the show. This whole palette has been star of the show, really. So I want to get some love on this again. So for weights, last month, this weighed 43 grams exactly. And this month it weighs 42.86 grams, meaning in the past month, we have lost 0.14 grams from this palette, which I think is a really, really good weight loss. And with that added weight loss, I can say since the start of the year, I have finished 3.77 grams of this palette, which is amazing. I'm really, really happy with that. Nearly 4 grams. I'm buzzing. I'm really, really happy. And yeah, I think that we can get some really, really good progress on this red blush. Hopefully if the weather stays nice, it's due to be quite nice. So I'm really hoping that it is nice, because otherwise I just feel weird reaching for things like this. I don't know if you're the same. I like my makeup to match the weather sometimes, and just bright, bright, bright blushes in the rain, not it for me. All right, so let's move on to this palette. And this palette does have the most progress in here, which I'm so excited to share with you guys. So this is what the palette looked like last month. You can see we had repressed the highlighter, and we had also got a pan in the blush. As I said before, this blush has been kind of star of the show recently. And my goal last month was to hit pan again in the highlighter, because I did repress it. It did have a massive pan in it before, a few months ago, and this is what it looks like today. So you can see I have indeed hit pan in this highlight again, and I've really expanded the pan in this blush. This has been just the perfect go-to everyday blush recently, and I just haven't been able to put it down. It's been crazy. I'm so excited about this. Look at this palette. Look how pretty it is looking. I'm so excited for this. So let's talk about the highlight. This has been like my everyday highlight. I've been working on this highlight pretty much every single day this year. It's been crazy. So this month I've used it 21 times for a total of 128 uses this year. That's a lot of use. 128 uses is a hell of a lot. And not only have we repressed it, but we have also re-hit pan on it. That was my goal this month, and I have done it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be repressing this again. Maybe if the pan gets like super big and I'm trying to get to like this edge here, maybe I'll repress it again a few months down the road. But for right now, I'm not even thinking of repressing it again. I think it's absolutely fine, and I'm really happy working on this. It's just a really nice everyday neutral highlight shade, and I've been loving it. Then the shade Mastery of Chocolate, which is the blush. I've used this 12 times this month for a total of 63 uses in the project this year. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see the major pan expansion in this. I'm so proud of this. Honestly, it just makes me so unbelievably happy. And you will never guess how much this weighs. Okay, this is a little bit eerie. So last month this weighed 43.28 grams, and this month it weighs 42.86 grams, meaning this month we have lost 0.42 grams, which is incredible. And that means that both of these palettes weigh exactly the same weight, which is just a little bit creepy. I don't know, I find that really eerie. Okay. And then with this weight loss this month, it means I have lost a total of 3.01 grams in this palette since the start of the year. So that's a good like 6, nearly 7 grams lost in this project so far, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy about this progress. And let's set some goals for next month. So I want to keep expanding the pan in this highlighter. This is going to be just my normal everyday highlighter. I'm going to continue to use it as I have been using it over the past few months. It is what I am wearing today. You can see in all my video descriptions as well what I'm wearing on my face. And it's most likely going to be this highlighter. So just keep expanding this pan. I'm gonna see if I can stop reaching for this one so much, because like I said, I do want to give Spice of Life a little bit more oomph, a little bit more progress, because I do want to hit pan on this quite soon. I would like to have pan on everything. That was my original goal when I first started this project at the start of the year. I wanted to finish the bronzer, which I've done. I wanted to hit pan on this blush, which I have not done. I wanted to finish this highlight and then hit pan on this blush as well. So I'm pretty strong. I'm going pretty strong this year so far. I want to have this highlight done. I don't know, do you think I can have this done by the end of the year? I think we can. I think we need to push, but I think with some push, I think we can do it. And then my end goal is to put both of these blushes in one palette, so then we've used like a whole palette, if that makes sense. But who knows? I don't think this is going to take much longer to completely finish up. I have found that this formula is It's not kick-uppy, but it's very loosely pressed, if that makes sense. And it's kind of very, very easy to kind of get through them. I was really nervous about these palettes at the start of the year. If you guys don't know, you guys voted on me to pan this palette or these palettes, and I was nervous because I did not want to pan these, but honestly, I've loved them. They were at the back of my drawers gathering dust for the longest time, and I'm so glad that I've got some use on them now. But this is it. This is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. How are you doing with your project pans? Let me know down below. Have you finished something? Have you hit pan on something? Let us all know. We can all celebrate your success together down in the comments. But this is it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!